Make sure y'all go follow me on YouTube at Cilia. That's O.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right. It's an NBA afternoon game here on this Thursday. In this game, GA, it's
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2 guard.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now, here is Morris. Jackson kicks to George. Shoots over Covington. Misses off the left iron. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Count it.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders. And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now, here's George. Clock at 6.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We play just over a minute here in the first. Lillard outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And the first one drops. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Baca comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. Count that one. Lillard's got 6 points.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Covington with the steal. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good on the 3. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. No start for them. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Takes the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. George against McCollum. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Letting it all hang out. When George takes flight, just enjoy the show.
Here's Lillard. He's got 9. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Here's Leonard, and he converts the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now here's Lillard. Back to McCollum. Down low. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And here in the first quarter with a little over 3.5 minutes played. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. There's the dish to Ibaka. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. They get the rebound. The pass to Mann. Now here's Kennard. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Simons. There's 47 seconds left here in the opening quarter. McCollum, pass to Simons. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Batum. Anthony with the block. They get it back. McCollum against Kennard. Pass to Mann. 4 on the clock. Kennard's shot is off. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Powell kicks to Kanter. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Rondo. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but deep.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
On the floor for Portland. They've got Collins. Also Enes Kanter out there. Anthony is out there with McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Mann. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Clippers. McCollum outside. Now the pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got two terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Nurkic checked in for Zach Collins.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Anthony with it, guarded now by Morris. Anthony with the bucket.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo, mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Lillard from outside. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Here's Simons. Defended by George. The shot by Anthony, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Morris finds Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Robert Cup. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Paul George with the steal. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. And George with the stuff.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
To the paint, here's Lillard in the hoop for his fourth field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Los Angeles.
Rondo scanning the floor. Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Lillard against Rondo. Pass to Powell. He kicks it to Nurkic. To the middle. Here's Lillard. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Pass to Leonard. Zubac with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Powell, no one around him, and Portland again with the bucket.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a 6th sense for those reads.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Now here's Zubac. He's guarded by Nurkic. Kicks it out to Leonard. Here's Rondo. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time.
Kevin, thanks so much.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage. And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
They've got Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Batum in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Passes to Lillard. Over Jackson. And it's Lillard missing.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
George with the bucket.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Feeds it to McCollum. Morris with the rebound.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Leonard, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over. And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles. For your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
McCollum against Kennard. Outside for Jackson. But they'll get another chance. Doubled by McCollum. Morris with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Trailblazers now. Trailblazers trail by 13. Morris with the rebound.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They're scoreless since the first half.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
Jackson passes to Mann. Morris outside. On the wing, Jackson. 6 to shoot. The pass to Mann. Rebound by the Trailblazers. The 3 from McCollum. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. Outside Jackson. Here's Mann. Guarded by Powell. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Collins. It's McCollum with the drive. Shooting foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
McCollum finds Powell. Down low. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 6, and the bucket from McCollum.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Outside Rondo. Leonard for 3. Rebounded by Anthony. Trailblazers trail by 6. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his second basket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Rondo. Morris left side. And the Clippers miss again. The Trailblazers on offense, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Anthony with the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now here's Rondo. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Zubac. Rondo kicks to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The 19-foot shot, and it's Portland with the rebound. Simons has got his 5th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Pass to Zubac. Kennard against McCollum. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Portland has possession. Passes it to Powell. Missed. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we're just moments away from... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break to take the lead. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, easy call.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And Los Angeles with some changes. Baca comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Jackson from long range. The shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the shot is long.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
The first one falls.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. The Blazers on offense. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Dishes it to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Leonard against Covington. Beverley dishes to Leonard. From deep, George. The shot that time, not on target. Now Portland takes it the other way. Powell finds Covington, and he comes up with the deuce. And it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The pass to Beverley. Offside Ibaka. Shoots over Nurkic. Ibaka, no luck. Portland leading by 4. Here's McCollum. They get it back. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
And the Clippers call time here.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
A different look for the Clippers. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Thank you, David. To the right side. McCollum outside to the left wing. Lillard from outside. Covington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And both free throws good for Covington. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Beverley the pass to Batum. Los Angeles calls timeout. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. Beverly against Lillard. Five on the clock. The three. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Oh, my goodness, he's kicking himself. You know, that's a critical time to commit a turnover. No telling how the error will ultimately play out.
George looking around. Outside Leonard. Powell with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball. Shot on the wing. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, Dame loves to test the defense like that. Runs up against it, and then outworks them.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Adding a little cushion to their advantage. Nice work at the line.
Leonard on the wing. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
George against Lillard. Morris with the bucket.
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Beverly against Lillard. McCollum outside. Now, here's Lillard. Defense is right there. Pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. 2 on the clock. 3-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Covington passes to Lillard. Money!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
A 3 from Leonard. No good on that one. And so it's Portland winning this one. They seem to... All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge. Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Yeah, very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference. Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
It's Powell on the wing. There's the pass to Nurkic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Doncic against Lillard. Covington with the steal. In the corner, Powell with it. Wide open shot is on the money.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen him.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
The Blazers on offense. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Foul for 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Doncic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
McCollum outside. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Powell finds McCollum. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Josh Richardson's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Doncic outside. Porzingis against Cantor. Pass to Kleba. Stolen by Cantor. The dish to Anthony. Pass to Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Anthony left side. Over Kleba. Hits the front of the rim and out. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
The pass to Simons. Outside Anthony. It's Powell on the wing. Doncic with the steal. Porzingis with the ball. Now Anthony defending. That one drops for him.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
Simons surveying the D. Anthony down low. Kleba on him. It's Powell on the wing. He kicks it to Anthony. Passes it to Simons. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Mavericks leading by 3. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Can they get it? He takes it up and lays it in. McCollum's got 6 points.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Outside, Porzingis. The 19-foot shot, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 6 points for him.
Porzingis just dialing that one in from the mid-range. Pretty smooth for a 7'3" professional basketball player.
Simons, the pass to Powell. Over to the wing for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Porzingis, that's a 2. And no good on the last second attempt this time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 2. And the second quarter. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the...
What we've learned is staying together,
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
We've got Josh Richardson. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Melly in at the power forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Jalen Brunson. Lillard against Richardson. Lillard outside. Dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it to Lillard. They get it again. The Mavericks leading. Richardson finds Powell. Off target with his 3. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for Zach Collins. Pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Out to Anthony. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instinct. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
To the inside. Finney-Smith kicks to Hardaway. Fires from the wing. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Richardson against Lillard, and stolen by Richardson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Here's Finney-Smith. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
A good timing on the fast break. We don't talk about that enough. Melo coming into the play and then finishing it off.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Hardaway kicks to Richardson. 1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. Rebounded by Covington. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Cullen passes to Carmelo. So they take the lead. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Powell. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Covington kicks to McCollum. Lillard surveying the D. Kicks it out to McCollum. Here's Covington. Back to Lillard. Anthony finds Lillard. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Mavericks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Zingas, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson. Three-pointer, Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Inside. Porzingis kicks to Brunson. Back to Porzingis. Stolen by McCollum.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Portland out in front. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams. And that does it for our half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Doncic. And it's Portland with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Nurkic with the steal. The feed to Powell. Back to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. He dishes it to Powell. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 5. Porzingis with the steal. The pass to Kleba. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Kleba's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Mavs. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Lillard against Hardaway. Passes to Powell. Fires the three. Hands it from downtown. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Pass to Kleba. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway against McCollum. Offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, after the boos on draft night when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize the unique talents of Kristaps Porzingis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Nelly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Doncic finds Brunson. Here's Doncic. Left side, Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Dallas again missing.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime? Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Pass to Melli. Back to Doncic. The dish to Hardaway. Here's Brunson. Dallas again missing. Trailblazers leading by 6. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Anthony against Richardson. Up top, Powell. 5 points in the game. Here's the break. And here's Doncic from the arc. Can't hit that one. Trailblazers leading by 6. Anthony finds Collins. Back to Anthony. And there's the pass to Simons. Outside Anthony. Powell, the pass to Covington. Powell with it. Shoots over Brunson. They grab their own miss. Collins from outside the arc. Pass to Simons. Powell, no one around him. Misses the 3.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Puts it up from 15. That doesn't go either for Doncic. That shot off, and so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney-Smith in its small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Now that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't miss.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The 19-foot shot. From deep three-point range, Lillard with the rebound.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Back to Anthony. To the middle. Stolen away. And here's Doncic from the arc. The putback. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Lillard outside. Portland again missing. Mavericks trail by 9. And it's the Mavericks on the break. On the wing, Doncic. Covered by Lillard. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
You got to appreciate Porzingis, a willing screener, and he rolls quick to the open space.
Doncic against Lillard. From deep. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Anthony. Doncic against Lillard. Lock at 6. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Covington trying to break free.
Gives the team such a great element, having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Here's Doncic. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Outside Collins. Powell finds Lillard. Launches it. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Has to pop. Back to Lillard. At the top of the key, Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Out to the right wing. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Anthony. Now, Doncic.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Covington dishes to Anthony. Lillard way outside. Mavericks with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Here's Doncic. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Lillard against Doncic. From deep three-point range, Porzingis with the rebound. Takes the turnaround J and the miss. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was...
to the My Team GOAT. New to 2K.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Here's Finney-Smith. And Porzingis, here we go. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
And Morris throws it down.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Back to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Lets it fly from 18. And play stops as it looks like they call it over the back here.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
This is why we talk about carving out position rather than trying to sneak in. You've got to be willing to put in the work.
Pass to Leonard. Morris, left side. Jacks up a 3. And it's Beverley missing.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Both good from the line that time. And so just over a minute and a half played. Doncic against Beverley. Outside, George. Ibaka. Wide open, he fires. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Leonard inside. Second chance shot. Ibaka, no luck.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Doncic. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Down low. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Right side Porzingis. Leonard with the steal. Dishes it to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Beverley with the ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson. No good on the triple. Clippers leading by 4. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Clippers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Brunson. Pass to Melli. 1:05 left to play here in the first. Brunson kicks to Richardson. Doncic outside. It's Richardson on the wing. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
We talk a lot about second-round picks coming in and making a difference. Josh Richardson is one of those guys, and he was rewarded financially for it.
He's off on the second. And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Left side, Leonard. Outside for Rondo. Fires the 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. Mavericks trail by 3. Passes it to Doncic. From outside, off the mark. Here's Mann.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
It's Powell on the wing. Great D that time from Leonard. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for...
this game, it's a physical.
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
They've got Cauley Stein. Powell is out there with Doncic. Then there's Richardson, and it's Brunson in at the 1. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Here's Leonard, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Doncic. The Clippers also making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and George is subbed in for Kennard. Back to Powell. Out left to the wing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 3-point game.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Brunson against Rondo. Brunson the pass to Finney-Smith. And here's Richardson. To the paint. Here's Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac. On the Mavericks with some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Los Angeles leading by 5. Clippers moving the ball around. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly,
love it.
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Mavericks trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Porzingis. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And they continue to control the glass.
And George with this stuff.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Shoots. It's rebounded by Dallas. Hardaway passes to Kleber. Right side, Porzingis. Richardson outside. The pass to Kleber. Over George. Here's Hardaway. Offensive rebound. Kleber, no good. And here's Los Angeles. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. There's the 3. Pass to Zubac. He kicks to Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Stolen by Jackson. George passes to Morris. And there's Paul George on the assist by Morris. George has got 8 points.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
Richardson outside. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Clippers.
Outside, George. Back to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. It's good on the putback.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now Porzingis. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. And Finney Smith gets it to go.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Morris outside. George dishes to Morris. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Mavericks trail by 10. Pass to Hardaway. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Doncic outside. Over Beverly. Up again. Porzingis on the foul. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
And so it's the Los Angeles. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Bernie Johnson, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening period. Checking out the Clippers, Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers? And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Paul George in this game, guy. He's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in its center, locking down the middle. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. And an intentional foul right there. Mavericks trail by 6. Outside, Porzingis. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. George against Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
A knockdown shooter, really from anywhere on the floor. Porzingis knows he has the green light to fire from there.
Here's George. The Mavericks pull it in. Kleba's got 5 rebounds tonight. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Mavericks making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. To the wing right side. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis from the arc. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Trains the three-pointer. Now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard looking around. Yep, that one goes. Leonard's got 6 points.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. On defense, the Clippers. 3-point lead. And the pass to Finney-Smith. Here's Kleba. For the tie. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And it's Leonard missing.
And the truth is, this lead would have been much bigger had he shot better.
A different look for Dallas. Melly is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Richardson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clippers also making some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Rajon Rondo. Doncic passes to Kleber. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more, you're right.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Pass to Kleber. Puts up a three. That shot misses, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Ibaka finds Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Richardson the pass to Kleber. Here's Melly. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Brunson. And just miss after miss right now. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And finished off by Leonard.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 11. To the middle. Here's Kleber. 2 free throws coming up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top as they go on a 10-0 run to end the period. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Doncic in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Hardaway against Kennard. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Back to Hardaway. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the wing on the left, to the inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. And here's Kennard. From deep, George. It's rebounded by Doncic. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Brunson, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly. It's It's George on the wing. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Here's Kleba. Dallas again missing.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
The 3 from Leonard. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Kleba with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And George, here we go. Porzingis with the block. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. George finds Ibaka. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard the pass to George. Pass to Ibaka. Shot clock at 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. Terrific vision there with that pass. Hit his teammate perfectly in transition.
George against Hardaway. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
And he makes both free throws. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
And finished off by Leonard.
The playmaking of Reggie. A work in progress, but looking good right there.
Out to Hardaway. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Now, here's Doncic inside. Porzingis passes to Kleba, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. In the corner, George with it. Beverly against Doncic. Now here's Beverly. A 3 from Morris. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Clippers.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kawhi Leonard.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Here's Kleba. His 3-pointers off the mark. Now the Clippers with it. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. A 3 from Leonard. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith with the second effort, and it's Porzingis laying it in. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 10 rebounds. So the Clippers with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. We're great. And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before the game. Important to make a splash in hostile territory.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Powell in at the small forward. Now here is Ibaka. 5 to shoot. Leonard finds Morris. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
From deep, George. Here's Leonard. Pass to Morris. Tries again. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's George. Off target at the rim.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game over 5.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Shots good by Ibaka.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide-open man easily.
Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Leonard. Outside for George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, right side. He dishes it to McCollum, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A different look now for Portland. Dennis Canner's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now here's Rondo. Now the pass to Zubac. Morris trying to free himself up, and that one is good from Zubac.
Talk about an advanced distributor. I mean, there's passes that point guards can make, and there's passes that Rajon Rondo can make.
Here's Simons. McCollum right side. And it's good, 2 points.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
Here's George following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Good D by McCollum. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers.
Well, Melo made his way back into the...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Stolen by Cantor. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
When you pair Cantor's strong frame with his scorer's mentality, you get a guy that loves to play.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Jackson passes to
you see that? And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Passes to Anthony. Down low. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Man, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Simons. And Portland making a change here.
Damian Lillard.
From deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems...
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, up 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with this.
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
They've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Collins, and it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
When the defense forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Yep, that one goes in there. Leonard's got his second bucket.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Nobody near Lillard. A putback, and Covington stays with it.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devonte Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
For the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles.
Just fantastic movement by Beverly. So effective in clogging passing lanes with his quick hands and anticipation.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. McCollum outside. A three-pointer, no good. Los Angeles leading by 4. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Covington into the lane. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
I like whenever Covington is in attack mode. He's demonstrating how dangerous he can be driving inside.
And they double up Rondo. Pass to Beverly from downtown. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland.
And, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Here's Beverly, and Covington sends it back. And here's the fast break. A nice shot by Simons.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely.
Inside, a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverly. Kennard for 3. And no good that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And so he hits both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
McCollum against George. Kennard for 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Expect the leaping ability of Lillard or you'll get dunked on.
The Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Rondo looking over the floor. Kennard for 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Kennard. Outside for Rondo. Nobody near George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooting.
It's Powell on the wing. Kennard covering. And the shot goes in. Lillard's got 6 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
An area where McCollum must continue to work on, and it helps whenever he's making an impact.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Bat. And he doesn't get talked about that much, but Yusuf Nurkic, big... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Lillard against Beverley. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Clock at 6. McCollum kicks to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time for McCollum. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland. Clippers shooting under 40% all in all for the game.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists from him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Collins checked in for Portland. McCollum outside. And that one, good. McCollum's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, George. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Powell finds Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Proving he's not afraid to finish with power. Covington loves to dunk it home.
Lillard against Beverley. Now here's Leonard. D right on him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
And one thing you talk about with Lillard, great at all times, but absolutely lethal in the clutch.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Zach Collins. Here's Leonard. Feeds it to Morris. Pass to Beverley. The dish to Leonard. From deep 3-point range, an absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
Kicks to Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Here's Lillard. 11 points in the game. Outside Anthony. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
They now take the lead. And the Clippers lead by 1.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
3-pointer Lillard. Again the miss by Lillard.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
They're running. A finish. And then Lillard slams it in. This game has a lot of character here in the 3rd period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Leonard looking around. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Man passes to Leonard. Here's Ibaka. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
19 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Rondo against Lillard. Outside Rondo. Here's Leonard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Leonard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA is headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
He's an excellent penetrator. I mean, as soon as McCollum sees a lane, he's all over.
Rondo passes to Ibaka. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his fourth assist in this one. And a deep three from Lillard. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
And that was a little bit of a range check.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
6 on the shot clock. Leonard finds George. That one falls.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Lillard against Rondo. Now here's Lillard. He's covered closely. This one for three. They get it back.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass to the tip.
And the Clippers call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
You know, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, man.
Got to push McCollum out of the paint. When you don't do this, you risk getting dunked on.
Here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
There's the pass to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Leonard hits them both.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawing some fouls.
Cantor kicks to Powell. Beverly against Lillard. Anthony up on top. Lillard surveying the D. Morris with the rebound.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And the first one drops.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Wrong guy to put on the line in a close game. You know he's not going to miss.
Lillard against Beverly. It's McCollum on the wing, and it's Anthony at the elbow. Lillard attacking. The shot by Anthony, no good.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Morris with the bucket.
Now, these shots are important for Morris to make, demonstrating why he is seen as a leader of this squad.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
I don't think pressure bothers Cantor that much. He remains calm and collected in the game's biggest moments.
Whistle blows, bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Just a silky shot from Beverly. He's so good at hitting these important shots.
So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, how about the bucket to tie with the D just all over him. The free throw to give them the lead. Just a fantastic play all around.
Stolen by Beverly, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. He just didn't do that, did he? A critical point of the game. He makes just about the worst mistake possible.
Here's Covington, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
You can't be too physical with Covington. He's tough. He's athletic, and he knows how to force the issue.
And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
Yeah, good job, Will. When it's this close, the team that wins the free throw battle might win the game.
McCollum against George. Kicks it out to Leonard to the middle. George up top. He's guarded by McCollum. Shot clock at 6. And Covington sends it back. Ibaka, money! 43 seconds left in the fourth. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Morris. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Leonard attacking. He kicks it to Ibaka. It's good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Looking to get it going. Oh, missed it.
So crafty when driving to the rim. Whether it's scoring or getting to the line, Lillard simply makes the play.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws. And that gives them the lead. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had it open.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
to recognize another winner. If you haven't picked them up yet, the Winning Shoe Creator Challenge design is in the NBA store and it's available for everyone. We jumped in the game recently, sported the kicks, and took on our winning designer, the Big Apple. The season made
The bustling city of Portland, Oregon. This is the backdrop for our broadcast setting tonight. D.A.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. Hardaway finds Doncic. Back to Hardaway. Here's Kleber. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Covington. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Sometimes CJ, just with movement alone, finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
And there's the pass to Kleber. Second shot opportunity. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And so it's Dallas with it. The Blazers getting the bucket. Another shot. Here's Porzingis. And at last, they get one to fall.
Can't go in soft. You got to have intention when you go in there on the glass. And Porzingis wanted to beat everybody to the ball that time.
Now, here's Lillard. Here's McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. McCollum's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Here's Doncic over Lillard. And it's Doncic missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's McCollum. And again, it's Portland converting.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Doncic outside, inside. It's tipped. Here's Porzingis. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a forward jumper. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Nelly is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Porzingis. And Kanter pulls it down.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Brunson kicks to Finney-Smith. Trying to get something going, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he hit 72% of his foul shots a season ago, but I'm not sure he's real thrilled with those numbers.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Portland leading by 8. There's a minute left in the first quarter. Simons the pass to Powell. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Powell kicks to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. Powell, that's good.
Well, those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Powell the pass to Cannon. Powell against Richardson. Pass to Simons. Pass to Cannon. Powell with it. Pocket 4. Goes back up. Cantor dishes to Collins. And another shot. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Richardson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his up.
I think it comes from being in a big.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Collins is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1. Now here's Cauley Stein. And he can't bank that one in.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Collins passes to Simons. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings to the table.
And the dunk by Covington.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Brunson finds Redick. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Well, Redick used properly can be lethal for your offense. You just can't afford to fall asleep on him.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Back to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Brunson against Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Covington with the steal. Lillard the pass to Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Incredible. Part of the reason Covington is so valued is because of that two-way ability.
It's Redick on the wing. Sinks that one from the post. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Lillard dishes to Covington. The 3. And it's Lillard missing. Mavericks trail by 12. Redick with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. And Redick kicks to Richardson. Back to Redick. Brunson against Lillard. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. Shoots over Brunson. The offensive rebound. Covington. Second chance shot. Jump shot is good. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he can create his own shot. He can spot up off the ball. Lillard can torch your defense any which way.
Brunson the pass to Richardson. Back to Brunson. And the rebound by Nurkic. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And he makes that one.
Well, there's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
Now Brunson. Richardson outside. Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. But they recover it. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Zach Collins checked in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis. That one's on target.
Passes it to Simons. There's 37 seconds left now here in the second. And the basket by McCollum.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Doncic finds Kleber. All sorts of time. Collins grabs the miss.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Hardaway against Powell. Out to the right wing. Simons surveying the D. McCollum no good. And so it's Portland finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
Yeah, he knows his role. He's out there to distribute the ball, get his teammates involved. Nice job.
On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. McCollum dishes to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 4 assists in the game. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to. Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Kleber, the pass to Hardaway, finds himself wide open and drills it.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
And Lillard kicks to Covington. Back to Lillard. Shot from 16, and no good. Trying to use the glass. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 18. They get it back.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 11. Cullen passes to Covington. Shot clock at 5. Up again, and Covington stays with it. Covington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. They get it again. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Back to Hardaway. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and it's in there. And it's 6 points for Porzingis. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And the basket by McCollum.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Doncic against Lillard. And they double up Doncic. And the pass to Kleba. Covington with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And the 3 off target.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Now here's Nurkic, headed by Porzingis. Right wing. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer, Lillard bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 14.
After not having a 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now the second half, and he looks hungry for more.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Covington kicks to Lillard. From 17 feet out, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
Here's Finney-Smith off the left rim and out. That will count. The shot comes out. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Portland out in front, delivering the blowout. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Swiped it away. Anthony finds McCollum. And here's Kanter. Back to McCollum.
Well, CJ operating like a surgeon out there tonight.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. One minute now into this fourth quarter. Drops in the layup for two.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
McCollum with the ball. Six on the shot clock. Kanter dishes to Anthony. Not enough on that one as it misses. Mavericks trail by 21. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. 6 points for Luka Doncic. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Anthony. To the inside. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. McCollum outside. Kanter controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
And it's not a secret. Kanter is a major factor on the offensive glass thanks to his size, strength, and excellent hands.
Lets it fly. Doncic outside. Out to the wing. Dallas needs to get off a shot. For three, Richardson. Collins grabs the miss. Portland leading by 21. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's McCollum. Here's Simons. They get the rebound.
Oh, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Kanter against Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Over Anthony. That one off the back iron and out. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
McCollum against Richardson. Here's Simons. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 21.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And here are the Mavericks now. Redick with the three. Good on the triple.
Well, J.J.'s release is just so quick, even from three.
There's a minute left to play here in the fourth. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. There's 53 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Doncic kicks to Kleba. Shoots the three. And it's Portland with the rebound. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Now, here's Hollis Jefferson, covered by Redick. Back to Jones. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Here's Dallas. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers rebound.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Here's Kleba. Offline. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never it. above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Hey, Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at center. Here's Beverley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Doncic. That shot missing, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And George with the stuff.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
The pass to Hardaway. Here's Finney-Smith. Charity stripe shot, and he hits the jump shot. About a minute played so far here in the first.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
George against Hardaway. And here's Doncic from the arc. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Kept alive.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team first attitude on display.
Beverley finds Ibaka. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Down low. Lets it go from 11. The rebound by Ibaka. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. Out to Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Fader on the way. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
Well, I like his determination and his attitude and aggressiveness, but the defense wasn't going to back off that shot. They were tight on it.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
A pass to Porzingis. That one doesn't go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Out to Doncic. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George with the ball.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here now, the Clippers. They're on a 16-4 run. Oh, what a play! Woo!
and they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Outside for George. Over Hardaway. Great D that time from Hardaway.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just let me go. Whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Porzingis at the elbow. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Basket, good.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Just 3 on the clock, and that's 2 points on the layup. Leonard's got 10.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll get right back to the action when we... Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Josh Richardson. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Powell is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Melli in at the 4 spot.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Brunson. Second shot opportunity. Out to Doncic. Brunson the pass to Doncic. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Stolen by Brunson. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, a strong, versatile offensive player. Doncic capable of burning you from anywhere on the floor.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Nicolo Melli. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep him there is to build a championship caliber team around him. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
The first one falls. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
It's Redick on the wing. Releases. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. 1:19 left in the second quarter. Releases. Brunson, no good.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. A 12-point game. George with the ball. He's picked up. Oh, my goodness! What a play!
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
And Redick kicks to Porzingis. Back to Redick. To the inside. And it's sent back by Leonard. But they'll get another chance. The three for Doncic. No good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Rondo's shot is good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Redick against Beverly. Redick passes to Kleber. Got it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in command with a 16-point.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10 points. And that'll do it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka in at the 5.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Here's Leonard. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Hardaway with the bounce pass.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Pass to Kleba. Goes up at the stripe. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Leonard the pass to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Pass to Porzingis over Ibaka. Here's Doncic, and the shot goes in. And it's 6 points for Luka Doncic.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Morris. Hardaway for 3. Shot clock reset for Dallas. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
Porzingis proving to be deadly from a variety of spots.
Pass to Morris. From deep. Connects from three-point range. Morris has got 7 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's the lob to the hoop. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Kleba. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Clippers with the ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Leonard kicks to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubac has got his first points of the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
A pass to Cauley-Stein. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Rondo with the rebound. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. A 3 from Leonard. And that one is off. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Melly missing. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Passes it to Leonard. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Leonard with the steal. Now, here's Kennard. Pass to Leonard. Fires for 3. It doesn't go for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top. They finish off the third quarter. And And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Jalen Brunson. Kawhi Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Richardson, and it's Redick in at the 3 slot.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
And here's Leonard. Outside for Jackson. No one near him. Powell pulls it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Pass to Brunson. Clock at 6. From past the arc. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Kawhi Stein passes to Richardson. Plays it up and banks it in.
Richardson showing you the ability to manufacture a shot against good defense there. Well done.
Jackson against Brunson. Here's Kennard. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Brunson against Jackson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Jackson. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Jackson. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Powell finds Richardson. Here's Redick. Here's Kawhi Stein, and the rejection by Zubac. Kennard against Richardson. Kennard's shot is off. Dallas calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Leonard inside, and the wide open shot from Morris. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Leonard against Redick to the middle. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Leonard.
Well, I like the ferocity on defense now. He was constantly putting himself in the path of steals and coming up with them, too.
Doncic dishes to Redick.
Passion is something we love to see no matter what we're doing, and Leonard plays with great passion. A defensive menace who gives everything he has to shut his man down while still doing it at the offensive end, too.
Outside for George. Shoots over Doncic. Offensive rebound. The pass to Beverly. Outside Leonard for the three. Morris finds George. Ibaka right side. Passes it to Leonard. Lets it go with the three. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for Dallas. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Mann. And again, it's the Clippers missing. There's the triple. Misses. So the Clippers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For